U.S. life annuity affiliated investments have more than doubled since 2018, and today represents a meaningful share of the industry investments. Here to discuss a new report on this is Jason Hopper, Associate Director, and Caitlin Piasecki, Industry Research Analyst, both of AM Best Industry Research and Analytics area. And Caitlin, starting with you today. The report notes that private equity and asset manager-owned companies have driven the increases. Could you talk about their investment strategy as it compares with their industry peers?
Sure. So private equity asset manager-backed insurers rely on their parent-affiliated asset managers who not only oversee their investments, but also originate a portion of their holdings. Compared to their peers, private equity asset manager-backed insurers are taking on more investment risks built on the experience and investment expertise of their parent companies in structured products, mortgages, private credit, and other alternatives.
Now, alongside overall growth in these assets is growth in affiliated private placements. Is that a cause for concern?
So affiliated private placements pose some concern due to concentration and liquidity risks, as well as transparency and valuation risks, as a lot of these private placements are considered level 3 assets.
Jason, mutual and publicly traded companies make up most of the industry's affiliated Schedule BA assets. Is there a risk there?
Yeah, so as you said, mutuals and publicly traded companies do have a larger alternative asset portfolio for affiliated investments. But on the other hand, private equity and asset manager insurers have higher allocations within this alternative portfolio to collateral loans, as well as residual tranches, which are further down the line in subordination and potentially higher probability of loss should a downturn occur.
Looking at the highest ratio of affiliated investments to capital, all but one of the top 10 companies are private equity backed. Is there anything that you see that could change the trajectory of this trend?
Yeah, I mean, investment diversification is obviously key, affiliated versus unaffiliated within various asset classes. So diversification is definitely critical for these companies. In terms of the most exposed companies, I don't know how much higher we may necessarily be able to go with risk tolerances and kind of things like that. But lower down the scale, as more private equity asset manager enter the insurance industry through insurance companies, you could see companies with currently lower share of affiliated investments kind of continuing to tick up as this becomes a little bit more prevalent throughout the industry, and some of the smaller companies grow their books of business.
Thanks, Jason. Caitlin.
Thanks, John.
That was Jason Hopper, Associate Director, and Caitlin Piasecki, Industry Research Analyst, both of AM Best Industry Research and Analytics area. You can find the full report at ambest.com. For AM Best TV, I'm John Weber.